Okay, so if you end up with code 3225, these are some of the parts you're going to be dealing with. The only thing missing here is the manifold and then, of course, the lines that go to these. So what we have here is the valve itself here that goes into the fuel shutoff manifold. This is the pressure sensor. As you can see, mine was junked up. This is the purge air actuator itself. So that's what this code 3225 is after treatment purge air actuator, mechanical system not responding or out of adjustment. So this is what you're getting the code for, is this component right here. Could be common that you have junk inside of this air supply line. There's a little screen in there that can get plugged up if your air system is dirty. There is the outlet here that goes around down to the manifold that these two would be in. It's just a square manifold, has fuel line going to it, fuel line going to this injector. This injector here is on the passenger side of the engine, just after the turbo. This can also have some problems. As you can see, this one covered in soot like normal, but this can leak, and also your spray can get messed up, can be clogged, several different things there. This is where your coolant lines also will go into that. So you can see that was junked up pretty good, pretty clogged on the pressure sensor. That's one of the things that'll have you check if you go through the procedure. You can go to Cummins Quick Serve online and get access to that. It's free for, I think, 5 different VINs. But you can get the service information on that from Cummins specifically. Now, you won't get wiring diagram information. You can see these two circuits on there. I don't think you'll get wire colors. You will get terminal positions. So on mine that I dealt with, there's one thing that bit me in the butt. So I went ahead and changed all of these components, cleaned the manifold that would go here, made sure that was nice and clean, wasn't leaking, and replaced, of course, both of these inside there. Also replaced the purge air actuator itself. Went ahead and ran the truck, put it into a burn. Now, it didn't go into a high idle burn. What it did is it stayed around 1,000 RPM, which per Cummins, it can do a burn at that RPM, a forced regen. So it did the whole process, did an hour-long burn, and the code didn't clear itself. Now, this system in a forced regen should clear itself, because this injector here is going to activate and put fuel to, I believe, heat up your dock, your diesel oxidation catalyst. So that should be injecting fuel, which I could see it was coming on, injecting fuel. Now, what I couldn't monitor was the data for this specifically. I don't know if maybe I was looking in the wrong spot. I'm using an Autel scanner. I don't know if maybe I was looking in the wrong spot or what, but I couldn't see if the actuator itself was actuating. And I could see the fuel pressure. I was able to read fuel pressure, also test that to a gauge on the closest port I could get to using with what I had. And yeah, so the light didn't clear itself, so I'm thinking, what the heck? I don't want to clear this code out. I'd like to see the monitor run and clear itself when it tests it. So couldn't get it to do it. Put it into an SCR test and would never go past the warm-up process. I let it run, probably 20-30 minutes, and it just would not get past the warm-up process. Exhaust temps were coming up, but it wouldn't get it past that to finish the SCR test or go to the next stage. So I did some more digging in QuickServe online, and what I found is that in the procedure for putting these, maybe I missed it, but I don't think it said to reset the exhaust system, to reset the SCR and reset the dock DPF, like if you were changing those components. So what I did is I went ahead and looked at the procedure for replacing the manifold that I had removed and cleaned, and lo and behold, one of the sections says to reset the after treatment system, reset all. So I went in, and I had already cleared the code at this point, went in and I reset all, put it into an SCR test, and actually I had cleared the code previously, and when I went into the SCR test again, then the code reset during the warm-up process after the injector had activated. So after that, cleared the code again. Now I had reset the after treatment system, went in, went to reset all as if I had changed the DPF dock and or the SCR itself. So I reset those and ran the SCR test again, and it went through the warm-up process, went into high idle burn, and this injector fired off just right. And when it shut down is when the after treatment purge air actuator should activate. And my code didn't reset when I ran it through that, and so I think that was what got that licked, was go ahead and reset those two systems. I don't know what your scanner will be like, which one you're using. Cummins says with Insight, and then also worked with the Autel that I used. It gave me the option to go ahead and reset all, meaning reset both those exhaust components. And that went ahead and cleared it up. So hopefully that'll help somebody else out.